Hello, welcome to the Scale Model Club, and on this week's show that's right, it's Airfis'S 1/72nd scale supermarine Spitfire Mk1A. As you can see, I'll just show you the box, and it's another one where on the back of the box you got the painting instructions. This is the paint scheme I will be painting. This is quite a nice little model kit, as you'll see. I'll just open it up and let you have a look at it. Just want to say thanks everyone for watching the C47 video. Thanks very much. Thanks for all the comments. Always appreciated. So in the box we get the instructions and the decals. Decals are very nice. Lots of tiny ones, seeing as it is quite small. Well printed. They look alright. Next up we have the instructions. Standard Airfis'S instructions. You get a lot of bump about the aircraft itself, and nice clear instructions on the inside. It's only a small kit, it's not many parts, so there's only a couple of pages. Nice little key there so you know what all the symbols mean. You can keep track of everything. Nice. Nicely printed. You can have the wheels up or down. So there's two options there. You can also, if you build it how the instructions ask you to, you can have a spinning propeller. I hardly ever do the spinning propeller, I just glue it on. It doesn't bother me. So in the first bag we get the clear parts. Clear parts consist of the cockpit, and there's a little light bung one to go in the underneath. That's either, you can either put it in the hole or you can put the Spitfire on a stand. An Airfis'S stand bought separately. So two main sprues. This sprue, you've got the two fuselages and most of the bits for the cockpit. Some nice panel lines in there, some nice interior detail. And some nice panel lines on the wings, which is on the other sprue. And some nice details for the interior of the wheel arches. On the carriage bay. It's going to be using the Tamiya extra thin cement to stick it together. Going to be using the side cutters to cut the bits off the sprues, and a sanding stick to get rid of the sprue join. Must have a name, that. So have a quick look at the instructions and see where we're starting. I think you'll find we are starting with the cockpit. So I think the first number is the propeller, but we'll start with the cockpit bits first, because they're all really small and you need to be a little bit careful about how you cut them off the sprue, because they can break. It's always my favourite. Snapping the control column. All the foot pegs. Sorry, it's a Spitfire. I'm sure I've already done a Spitfire, but I needed something just to get me through the C47 because I sort of lost my way halfway through that, so I need something just to quickly knock together. Should have really found something for D-Day, but I don't do many vehicles, so might see if I can find an LCV to do landing craft. So cut each bit off the sprue, sand down the little nubbin that's left from where you cut it from the side cutters, fit them together first to make sure they fit together, and then whack the glue on and stick them all together. I need to get myself some new Tamiya glue because the brush has gone a bit manky on the lid. It's good stuff, this. So now I'm going to paint the interior parts after building them with that Mk1A cockpit set. So you get cockpit green, or this is for US, this is for RAF as well only. So you get the cockpit green, and you get a wash to go over it, and you get some European earth dust to flick on it as well, although I don't usually do that. And first off, before you stick anything together, you want to paint the wheel arches and the undercarriage arches and the interior of the plane. Airbrush has been a bit of a pain. So when you stick those together, you'll be able to see the interior green without having to... The only thing you'll have to do is mask up those undercarriages before you paint them. I'm having the wheels down on this model, so I'm just going to mask them up with the closed wheel arches. So what I do is I'll stick the wings together and then I'll cut off the parts so that the undercarriage is up, and then stick them in place with a few spots of glue so that you can remove them, and after I've finished painting I'll remove them and then stick on the wheels down parts. That's the cockpit parts I was showing you I was gluing together. Stuck them on a piece of blue tack, stuck a stick in the bottom so you can hold them. Give that a coat of cockpit green as well. Sure I've got everything. So here we go, stick the top half of the wing on. That famous wing shape, and all these parts all fitted really nicely. It is a really good kit, well worth the looking for and finding and buying. I think it's actually a new press, like a new mould, but don't quote me on that. Excellent, just the wings, a famous shape, and you can see where the undercarriage is going to go and where that's been painted green already. A lot easier than mucking about with the brush. Now this is the wash that comes with the kit. So this is a enamel wash, so you need to clean your brushes with white spirit. It's not water based. The cockpit green that comes with the kit is a gloss green already, so the wash that goes over it should just flow around all the little nooks and crannies. Making it all look a bit worn and a bit weathered. I don't usually go mad with these 172 kits because you can't really see in them. I just like to make a bit of an effort because it does look nice when it's done. I also do the undercarriage bays as well. So I'll just put a bit on your brush and spread it round. Also, I'll do exactly the same, like I said, with the undercarriage bays. Beautiful. Time to let that dry. And we can give the cockpit a go over. Highlight all the holes. Even stuff that should be a hole that's not been drilled, you can fill it with the black wash and it'll look like a hole. Makes the seat look a little dirty. So, next job is to stick it all together. So I stuck the cockpit in with a little bit of super glue because you can't glue with the cement if it's painted. So I glued that in with a little bit of super glue, and then I cemented the actual fuselage together. So I just used an old paintbrush with the same Tamiya extra thin glue and then held it together with pegs. Let's find a better peg. better. Need a nice strong peg. Make sure you like, subscribe, push that notification button. Right, so finally fitted the fuselage to the wings, still holding the body together and the wings to the body. Now it's time to fit the ailerons and the tailplane. What you could do with this is you could look at the instructions, see which one comes out first, cut that one off first and stick that one on, and carry on like that, whereas I just cut all of them off because I thought I knew better and then spent 5 minutes deciding which one goes in which hole. There's a lesson there. Look at that. It does make a really nice kit, especially for beginners. Not many parts and it looks fabulous. See, I'm not quite sure which one it goes in. I think that'll be alright. I built loads of these, I know exactly where it goes, and then forgot. Right, so that's the tail done. Just got the rudder to go on. There's the rudder, exactly the same before. Cut it off, sand it down a little bit, stick it into place. The nice thing about these is you can have a directional rudder, so it can go, you know, make it look like it's turning. So the whole thing I then undercoated. So I didn't film that, but it's just a grey undercoat, light. And this is now the aluminium. I'm doing a metal. I can't remember who it is. It's a metal aluminium paint. I can't remember who does it. It might be Mk1A. I can't remember. But it's really shiny. That's why I like it. I've used it. I bought what I thought was quite a small bottle, and it's lasted me ever such a long time. But it's almost a chrome, and if you let it go off, you can give it a polish with a bit of rag, a bit like the old Airfis'S metal coats it was. So next thing, I masked up the silver parts, painted the white part. I then masked up the white part and painted the black part before masking all of the bottom off, so that I could paint the brown on the top. The paints I used for this were Mk1A, and this was an early REF set. And you have earth brown, dark green, duck egg blue and sky blue for the bottom. If you were going to do it in, like, you know, the traditional Spit colours, whereas I've got the Mark 1 colours on here. Really early. But the paint is a lovely paint. You don't have to muck about with it. I don't have to thin it down or put retarder in it or anything like that. Not like the Vallejo paints I really struggle with in the airbrush, but they're really nice, almost perfect. And I free-handed the camo because I just quite like free-handing the camo, because I hate masking up. Took me a couple of times to get used to doing the freehand camo. The first couple weren't very good at all, but once you've got it, it's brilliant. I mean, my next attempt is going to be to actually paint the roundels on. Seen a couple of modelers do that, and it looks brilliant. So that's the camo all nicely finished off. I've also masked the cockpit off as well, and the cockpit is on the vehicle. So once this is finished, I then gave it a good gloss coat, so that if I was going to do any weathering or any panel lines or anything, the paint flows along the gloss a lot better than it does the matte. And also your decals stick to it a little better, you can slide them about a little better. So I'll put some black on the propeller. This is just Tamiya's NATO black. So all the masking's off apart from the cockpit. This is what I mean by the undercarriage. I'll take these off because I stuck these in with a bit of blue tack. And what you would do is, if you were painting it with the wheels up, that's what you'd fit, because they don't have any undercarriage or wheels on them. And you then obviously use the parts to build up the undercarriage, paint that separately, and then fit that after you've done this. I do like that colour scheme. I mean, I don't think it's as nice as the the classic sort of duck egg blue or sky blue, whatever it is, but I do like it. It's a bit different, isn't it? That's what the metal coat is, and I'm going to use this to paint the undercarriage arms that the wheels sit on, the suspension as it were, and I hand paint that. I've painted the inside of it green, and then I've painted the outsides corresponding whichever colour, it was either black or white, and I'll do all the intricate bits on the inside with a paintbrush. Paint the wheels separately and then stick those on after. And I generally stick the undercarriages on with super glue as well, just because the plane sits on them. I think it's a little bit stronger than the cement. Maybe it isn't, I don't know, but it makes me feel happier. And because it's a metal coat, it gives its own little gloss, so you can then run your panel liners over the top of it. So that's a little bit of super glue on the cardboard, dip the undercarriage in it, and then slip it into the undercarriage part. So all that's left is to stick the wheels on those and the decals. I'll just show you this. This is the Bulldog plane holder. So you can move the bits about to whatever size aircraft you want, and then you can lay your aircraft on it for a nice safe place to put it while you're fitting your decals. So while we're on the decals, we use a scalpel to cut the decal off the bag and sheet. Excellent. Right, now I use a reverse tweezers, so when you push them together they open. I'll show you what I mean. Like that. So you grab the decal and that goes in. This is warm water, that's all it is, just warm water. So once that's come away from the backing, as you can see, you can move it around on the backing. You just slide it onto the wing once you've got the other decal in the right place. Now I let that settle for a little bit, and then I put some Mark Fit Strong over the top of it, but I get rid of some of the excess water, let the decal set down for a bit, and then I'll put the Mark Fit on, because a lot of times I've put the Mark Fit on the top and moved the decal whilst it's been sticking. Right, so this is something a little bit extra I thought I'd try. I've got the canopy there because I wanted an open canopy, because you can see I was building a little diorama with the RAF guys and sat on the, so I needed the cockpit open, which Airfis'S don't give you that option. So I got my battery Dremel and cut the back and the front off of the canopy carefully. If you do this with a knife you tend to break it, because I've tried. The only thing I found that was a problem was that after I did all this, it didn't really fit. But you live and learn, so I won't be doing this again, and I wouldn't say for anybody else to do it. I cut it fine, it came off, I gave it a bit of a sand. The front bit went on the back of the front and the back bit went on the front, lovely, but the middle bit that slides, it's not wide enough to slide backwards because it's not meant to, so it's not, and as I tried to widen it a little bit I split it. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. It's just a quick little sort of, here's a Spitfire video. Next up I've got a big vehicle to do, so that should be a little bit more interesting. Not done many vehicles. So that's the front on. I mean it did look really good. It's just a shame that the bit in the middle that we cut off didn't fit. Oh, you know, it didn't slide back over the rear glass. I might see if you can get some add-ons that are open cockpits. Anyway, there were some final pictures of the build. I was quite pleased with it. It looked alright, looked quite nice. I'll tell you a bit more about that base another time. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more modelling shenanigans. Thanks for watching everyone.